If you work in tech or you're trying to break into tech, then the next 5 years are going to split the market in two. Some roles are about to get paid more than ever, with hiring managers competing for over the same 200 people across the country, and other roles that are really paid well back in 2023 are quietly being phased out. The crazy part is that almost nobody is talking about them. I'm Varun and I run Wolf Mentoring, a done-for-you job search service built specifically for tech leaders. In the last year alone, my team has sent over more than 50,000 job applications for tech leaders, landed more than 2,500 senior leadership interviews, and placed more than 100 plus tech leaders into director, VP, and C-level roles. And we are inside the live hiring pipelines of hundreds of tech companies every single month, so I don't have to guess what's happening. I can see exactly what recruiters and hiring managers are fighting for right now. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 17 highest paying tech jobs for the next 5 years, what each one actually pays right now, and the tech roles that have no future left, so you don't end up on the wrong side of the split. And I'm going to start with that wrong side first. So let me start with the roles that I would tell you to get out of, because what I'm seeing in our pipelines right now is really concerning. First is manual QA testers. Job openings have basically dried up. If you are in manual QA right now, I'll be straight with you. The role is effectively gone within a year. So what you want to do is build your skills around DevOps and SRE. Automation is the direction everything is heading right now, so get ahead of it now. Second is the generalist entry-level software engineer, and I want to be specific here because this is not all junior engineers. This is the person who only knows how to code with nothing specific to offer beyond the basics. Entry-level software engineering job postings are down 35% since 2023, and that gap is being filled by AI. If that is you, the path forward is to show that you can think at a product level, use AI to increase how much you can produce, and go deep in one specific area like machine learning or growth engineering. Third, entry-level IT help desk roles. These roles are either going overseas, turning into short-term contract, or disappearing entirely. Now, across our whole pipeline, we are seeing maybe 1 or 2 job postings a day, and as more of this support gets automated over the next 5 years, these roles start to go away. What you're going to do now is kind of bold. Use your existing knowledge to build AI tools and systems that would replace you, and then go to companies and offer them to help them replace entire support departments. So you're basically building a thing that replaces you, and then you're selling yourself or your capability as the solution. The fourth is project and program management roles, especially at companies outside of tech. A lot of these roles are really just a middle layer, making sure that right people are talking to each other, and AI and software can handle a lot of that right now. Outside of tech companies, there are very few of these roles left, and when one does open up, there are thousands of people applying for it. The move is to pick one technical area, go deep into it, push forward towards technical program management or product management. But I'll be honest with you, it is a hard transition, and I'm not going to tell you otherwise. And the last one is on-prem and older infrastructure admin roles. Everything is moving to cloud, and the job postings show it. We are seeing maybe one of these a week across our entire pipeline. The transition path here is genuinely unclear, and some of these people may end up moving into roles outside of tech entirely. Now, let's talk about 17 highest paying tech jobs, counting down. Number 17 is the growth engineer. These are the people who sit right at the crossroads of engineering, product, and marketing. They run experiment after experiment to figure out which feature or the product brings in the most money, and then they build it fast. The pay is in line with a standard software engineering base pay. The reason they make it to the list is simple. They are as close to the revenue as an engineer can get, and the revenue is exactly what survives the shift. Number 16 is the cloud security engineer. As companies move fully to cloud, the number of ways someone can attack their system grows massively, and these engineers protect their entire infrastructure. The tools available for this kind of security are still catching up to the old way of doing things, which keeps demand high. Senior salaries run through roughly 140 to 200k base. Number 15 is MLOps engineer. These are the people who take machine learning models out of the research phase and turn them into real systems that can actually work in production. Every company deploying AI right now is finding out the hard way that building the model is about only 10% of the work. The other 90% is to keep it running, monitoring when it starts to drift, and rebuilding that training process. Now, demand jumped over 9% in 2025 as more AI systems started going live. Outside of major tech hubs, mid-level roles run at about 150 to 175k base. Inside tech companies, the same engineer gets from 200 to 220k base. Now, number 14 is the data engineer. Everyone now understands that AI is only as good as the data feeding it, and the data engineers build the pipelines that make it AI possible. That puts them upstream of every single AI project a company runs on. The premium goes to the people who have worked at a serious scale and on real-time data, because things like product recommendations, personalization, fraud detection need pipelines that are running and updating constantly. Non-tech mid-career hiring is around 140 to 150k, but tech companies working at a large scale pay up to 200k to 240k for senior people. Now, number 13 is cloud architect. The ones who command the highest pay here are the senior people who have actually worked across multiple cloud platforms at once. Pay reflects how central the cloud is to the business. Non-tech companies pay roughly 160 to 190k base. Tech companies pay 200 to 250k. Number 12 is the AI orchestration engineer or architect. Every large company deploying AI agents right now, and I mean everyone from healthcare to finance to logistics, needs someone who can design the safety guardrail, figure out how different models talk to each other, and make sure that the whole system holds together. This is a brand new discipline and commands a 25 to 45% premium above the standard engineering pay. At senior levels, tech companies pay 190 to 230k. Non-tech companies sometimes pay even more, anywhere from 145 to 245k, because the role is so new that many of them fully don't know what they're hiring for yet. Number 11 is the forward deployed software engineer. Think of these as engineers who embed directly into the company's biggest customers and build custom software specifically for them. They command around a 180 to 250k base. The demand is there because AI has made building software so much faster, so the game has shifted. Instead of trying to squeeze a product into customers' world, companies are now trying to build something custom around each customer. Number 10 is the AI governance and risk officer. With new AI laws in Europe, new disclosure requirements from financial regulators, and company boards are genuinely worried about AI liability, this role has gone from a nice to have to something companies are required to have. It needs someone who understands both the legal and the technical side of AI, and that combination is rare. A VP or director level role in this area pays around 180 to 300k, and a head of AI ethics at a major tech company is from 200 to 350k and up. Number 9 is the quantum research engineer, and almost nobody's talking about this one because it is still so early, but the hiring has been quietly ramping up. Mid-level runs from anywhere from 152 to 251k in base. Senior runs from 180 to 87, and a PhD is generally required. Google, Nvidia, IBM, Microsoft, and several defense contractors are competing for these people right now. Number 8 is the robotics AI engineer. Physical AI, meaning robots that can actually see, think, and move in the real world, is the next big frontier. These are the highest paid specialists in robotics. The senior engineer in this space may earn anywhere from 210 to 300k. Dozens of well-funded companies are building general purpose robots right now, and combining the latest AI vision models with physical robot control is a discipline so new that there may not be almost as many people right now who can do it yet. A PhD in robotics, computer vision, or machine learning is strongly preferred for these roles. Number 7, the DevSecOps engineer. Security used to be something you checked at the end of the building something. Now it is built in every step of the process. Every engineering team needs someone who can weave security checks, secrets management, and compliance directly into how software gets built and shipped. Non-tech companies pay senior people around 160 to 180k. Tech companies pay around 200 to 280k, with total pay going up to 350k. Number 6 is the generative AI engineer. Now, these people are machine learning engineers who work specifically on generative AI, the kind of AI that creates text, images, code, and so on. Every tech company is building generative AI products right now, and even companies outside of tech want these capabilities for their own internal teams. At mid to senior levels, base pay runs from 190 to 280k. Number 5 is the AI product manager. This role earns around 10 to 20% more than a standard product manager at the same company, and from what I'm seeing right now in the pipelines, by the late 2026, these roles are going to be hiring well ahead of traditional product management role in the major tech hubs. Entry level base for these is 140 to 180k, mid level is 180 to 250k, senior level base is 250 to 320k, with a total pay reaching from 350 to 550k. Why is this demand so strong? Because every AI product needs a product manager who actually understands how these models behave and what are the trade-offs and when to take a different approach. That combination of technical understanding and business judgment is genuinely rare right now. Now, quick thing before we get into top of the market, because this is where exactly my team comes in. If you are a tech leader working inside a tech company and you're looking to land your next role, then the link is in the description. My team runs in the entire job search for you, completely done for you. We handle everything, the applications, the hiring manager outreach, the interview prep, all of it, and we'll land you your next role guaranteed. We do this for tech leaders every single day. Okay, now back to the list, and this is the tier where the comp gets serious. Number 4 is the platform engineering lead. Platform engineers build the internal systems and tools that every other engineer at the company depends on to do their job. This is different from general DevOps work. These people own the entire layer of tooling that software gets built on and shipped through. And here is something striking from our own pipeline. Tech leaders with strong platform engineering experience get a job offer faster than almost anyone else on this list. On average, around 2 to 2.5 months, compared compared to 4 to 6 months for most other roles. Now, few of our platform engineering leaders who we have placed at the VP level landed 7-figure packages with base of 300 to 325K. Number 3 is the director of cybersecurity or a CISO. The structural demand here is not just about being close to revenue, it's about risk. AI has massively increased the number of ways a company can be attacked, and the cost of getting it wrong is enormous. Total pay starts around 500K at non-tech companies and run well into 7 figures at tech companies. Number 2, the senior or staff software engineer, and I want to be clear here because the title software engineer is not dying, it's just splitting into two. GitHub says that its Copilot tool now writes around 46% of the code in files where it's turned on, but that does not eliminate senior engineers. It eliminates the need for junior engineers around them, which means all the value moves to the top. Entry-level postings are down 35% since 2023, while senior pay at major tech companies is at an all-time high. At a staff and principal level, the kind of judgment and the architectural thinking that AI cannot replicate commands a serious premium. Base pay is around 200 to 280K and total pay goes to 800K or even $1 million at major tech companies, 500 to 600K at non-tech companies. And number 1 is the senior machine learning engineer. The role commands a highest structural premium in all of the engineering right now. Entry to mid-level total pay is around 250 to 500K. Mid to senior runs from 500K to 900K. Total pay top tier tech companies including equity. The medium-sized tech companies or an early stage startup senior base pay is around 220 to 240K. Why is it number 1? Because the sheer explosion of data right now, and because of the machine learning engineer is the person who sits between a question and the data and turns it into something that actually makes a prediction. They built the product that makes the prediction. Every company betting on AI is betting on these people right now. So if you step back and look at all of these 17 roles, there is one thing running through almost all of them. AI is eating the early and middle parts of the career ladder. The value is moving to the top into the specialized one. And what makes a role specialized is not just being technically deep. It is having the kind of judgment that requires real context and experience and the ability to decide what AI should even be doing in the first place. The roles that win are the ones where a human has to make that call. So here's the one thing I want you to take from this entire video. The jobs that will thrive are the ones closest to the revenue or the ones that are hardest to automate. Now, knowing which role to target is only half of it. The other half of it is getting offers into that role. So click this video right here because I break down what 50,000 applications across the tech job market taught me about what's working in this new environment and what just does not work anymore. I'll see you there.